Hi Guy and Me. During my senior year in high school, a new teacher was hired. He was tall, slender, but ugly, and strange as a $4 bill. He was so tall you could stick one of those extra long school staplers in his pocket and nobody could see it. Because he was very tall and I was kind of short, I always called him Hi Guy. When you're in school and a teacher responds to anything other than Mr. or Mrs., that's their nickname forever. As the first semester was just halfway through, I was up to my usual make trouble antics in study hall, which was held in the library. Because Hi Guy had caught me doing something stupid, he made me sit at his table to keep an eye on me. The school was less than half a mile from a strip mine. Each time the mine set off explosives to knock down the current dig's sidewall, the school would shake so much that the trophies would fall over and cause a commotion. After sitting there for about a week with old Hi Guy, thankfully somebody else got in trouble during one of the commotions and he got up to deal with the situation. His open briefcase was sitting there and I spied his grade book. As was normal for me, I picked it up and looked inside. He had neatly recorded all the quizzes and test scores so far that year. Nice job. I think it was the devil that made me do it, but for some reason, I decided rather than put his grade book back, I neatly slipped it in between two library books next to our table. It was in plain view. Thinking somebody would eventually find it or would see it as it was right next to our table in plain sight, I never said anything nor told anyone. The next day, he asked me if I had anything to do with taking his grade book, and he even had the audacity to call me to the principal's office to ask the same question. Of course, sticking to the kid code, I said I've no idea what happened to that. As time went on, he was frantic, and I waited for about 2 weeks. Again, something happened to where he had to get up and leave the table. I quietly reached over and slipped the grade book out of my secret spot and put it back in his briefcase. It took another couple of days, but he finally found it in that mess of papers. I had skated by that time. My last interaction with Hi Guy was when I was eventually sent back to my regular seat in study hall. The school was very old and had hardwood floors. Everything that hit the floor sounded like a car wreck. Getting back with my partners in crime was a breath of fresh air, and I was ready for anything. One of the guys brought some BBs to school. He would put one on his thumb and then flip it up in the air. When it hit the floor, it would sound like a car wreck, go whack, 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 and then clink, 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 clink. Irritating sounds. After doing a few of these, it caught Hi Guy's attention. You could see his head pop up every time it happened. By this time, my friend had passed BBs out to many of us. One would hit the floor, then another, then another. It was driving him crazy. Eventually, he caught several of us guys and sent them to the office. This day didn't deter anybody, and it kept up. He finally caught me too, and off to the office I went. I didn't need any help finding that room. When I got to the office, the secretary and principal were gone, leaving all 5 guys standing around trying to figure out what could be done without getting caught. We took the roller out of the typewriter and put it in the wastebasket. We rearranged all the stuff on the secretary and the principal's desks. We put every writing instrument in the office in the wastebasket and set the locks on all the files. Just then, old Skinhead, the principal, came to the office. "What are you guys doing in here?" As if he didn't know. Of course, the reply was nobody knew why, and that we were just told to go to the office. That, of course, got Skinhead's blood pressure up, and he promptly left. As he marched out the door, "Don't touch anything." We didn't need to. We already had. He went to the study hall and did his due diligence with Hi Guy. When he came back, he said, "I want you guys to empty your pockets on my desk." Luckily, nobody had anything in their pockets, which even made him madder. We were all standing in a semicircle. He started in on us and ragged for about 5 minutes. We weren't going to graduate. We were going to be in detention for the rest of the year. We're going to call our parents and blah, blah, blah. As his raging went on, he would face each of us, point a finger, and shake it. Somehow we all got behind Skinhead and were looking directly into the face of our friend Bob. As Skinhead was screaming, you could watch the red creep up on his neck to his bald head. Bob could see this, and Buddy kept his cool. What really got Bob in trouble was we all started making faces at Bob and giving him the finger and generally acting like fools. Bob couldn't hold on any longer. He burst out laughing directly in Skinhead's face. This took Skinhead over the top. He sent all of us back to class, but kept Bob in the office. Bob got sent home for the rest of the day. Sorry, Bob. I later found out that High Guy had got a world-class ass eating for sending us to the office without first finding somebody to watch us. It was later in the summer after the school year was over, and we learned that he was arrested for mail fraud.